There we go. So I hope you can all see that. And we're going to look at some aspects of signaling this afternoon, including suit preference signals. So let's start off with this one's the one I wanted to look at. And you're defending here against 4 hearts. North opened 1 no trump. That's a weak no trump. South jumped to 4 hearts. That ended the auction. That wasn't a transfer. And I've got the first poll of the afternoon for you, which is, what do you think West should lead here? So have a look at the West hand, look at the bidding. And in a moment, the first poll will be, what do you think you should lead? Any more votes coming in? Let's end the poll there and look at the results. And the vast majority have gone for the ace of spades. And 1 person went for a low spade and 2 people went for the ace of hearts. Well, yes, I agree with you. The ace of spades is a standout lead against a suit contract. If you were going to lead that suit spades against a no trump contract, then it would be normal to lead your 4th highest rather than the ace. But against a suit contract, you would lead the ace here rather than a low one. Also, I'll just talk about the lead of the singleton ace of hearts. If that is a poor choice, it's very unlikely to help you, and it's likely to help declare because you're playing the ace of trump on nothing there. So I would not lead that. If you have a side suit with a singleton ace in it, then it's a more attractive lead against a suit contract, but don't lead the trump suit there. So yes, ace of spades is a good lead there. And when you lead it, down comes dummy. And what you're doing is you're looking to look at dummy and see what your partner signals. So let's suppose you play, he plays the 6 and declarer plays the 7. I've got the second poll for you, which is, what do you make of that 6 of spades? Do you think your partner is encouraging or discouraging, or can't you tell? Is a 6 high or low, or can't you tell? So here's the second poll question. And the question is, what do you make of the 6 of spades? Is it high or low? Is it encouraging or discouraging? Okay, let's have a look at what you've put. And 2/3 of you have gone for encouraging, 20% discouraging, and 2 people said they can't tell. Well, what do we make of it? You can't be absolutely certain about this, but what you can do when your partner plays a card like the 6 is look to see whether that is the lowest card or whether there might be a lower card that is unaccounted for. And here there is, and it's the 2. You've got the 3, 4, and 5, but someone has the 2 and didn't play it. So either your partner was encouraging by playing the 6, following it up with the 2, or declarer had the 2 and didn't play it. Declarer in that case was trying to confuse you, to make you uncertain about whether the 6 is high or low. But probably, because most declarers do not false card in most situations, that 6 is probably high. So let's suppose we carry on with the king, and your partner follows up with the 2. So they were encouraging, and declarer plays the 8. So you've played 2 rounds of spades now. And the question is, what are you going to play next? So you've got a situation where your partner must have been encouraging. They must have had a doubleton. So you want your partner to ruff the next round. If you work out, a declarer's got 1 more spade in their hand. So your partner can ruff this third spade. And when they ruff this third spade, what would you like them to play back? Well, the suit where you hope to gain a trick is in clubs, where you've got the king. So what you should play at this on this spade is you can either play the 5, the 4, or the 3, but the card you play is used as a suit preference signal. So a low card here, the 3, would indicate that you may have some holding in clubs that you would like your partner to return. So here, because I've got a holding in clubs, I'm going to lead a low card. My partner ruffs it, and let's bring up the 4 hands, and you can see my partner will hopefully switch back to a club. Now, Declarer's got the ace and they can win it, but I'm going to signal encouragement with the 5. That's high to encourage. And now if Declarer draws trumps, I will get in and I'll be able to cash the king of clubs. And played that way, we'll make 5 tricks. After this, Declarer is going to gain the lead and claim the rest, but we'll defeat Declarer by 2 tricks there. So if I rewind this, when I played the spade, I was giving a signal as to where I might have an entry. So the way it works is you ignore the suit you're leading, you ignore the trump suits, spades and hearts here, and the signal here is between clubs and diamonds. If I changed my hand here, so I've got the king of diamonds, then let's just bring up the 4 hands. And what I'll do is I'll play the same, but when I play my 3rd spade for my partner to ruff, I'm going to indicate possible entry in diamonds. So I'm going to play the 5 of spades there. And if my partner gets a message, they will return a diamond. And again, that sets up my king so that I'll be able to take it at some point. Declarer, again, might not draw trumps right away, might try to get rid of their losers. But whatever happens, I'll get in. I'll try to cash my diamond, and I'll make, again, make 8 tricks. So this little chart is a sort of summary of how this works. When leading a suit for your partner to ruff, the card you lead may be an indication of the suit you would like your partner to return. So the way you look at it is you exclude the suit being led, spades here, and the trump suit, hearts, and then leading the lowest card here would indicate a possible entry in clubs, whereas leading a higher card, the 5, would indicate a possible entry in the higher ranking suit, diamonds. So this is one example of the card you play indicating an interest in a suit. High spade to indicate an interest in the higher ranking suit, and a low one to indicate an interest in the lowest ranking suit, clubs here. Any comments or questions? You can interrupt me. We're going to look at some more examples of this. And let's look at this one where, again, you're defending against 4 hearts. And you start off with the ace, king of spades. So we lead the ace of spades. My partner plays the 10, which looks like it's a high card. So it seems like they're encouraging. So I now lead the king of spades. They play the 9. So I can tell they were playing high-low. And I've got the 3rd poll for you now, which is which card should you play at trick 3? Your partner encouraged with the 10 of spades, and then they played the 9 of spades. And the question for you is, what are you going to play at trick 3? And most of you have gone for the 8 of spades, with a small number going for the 2 of spades or playing a club. And yes, those of you who chose the 8 of spades are correct. First of all, you've got to decide whether you want to continue with spades. And if you do the arithmetic, you'll realize that your partner was signaling with the 10, 9. So they would only really do that if they had a doubleton. There's no time, even if they had the jack, for example, they would not signal encouragement. So they must have a doubleton there. And if you work it out, you can see that you can now play another spade and your partner will be able to ruff that. And when they ruff that, you would like them to return a diamond. You have an entry in diamonds, and it's even possible you may be able to get another ruff. So yes, you play. The way it works is you ignore the trump suit, hearts. You ignore the spade suit. The 8 would indicate high card would indicate an interest in diamonds. The 2 would indicate an interest in clubs. So yes, the right card to play there is the 8. Your partner ruffs that, and if we bring up the 4 hands, we can see that if your partner's paying attention to your 8, they will now lead a diamond back to you. You take the ace, and you can actually lead another spade. And although declarer can ruff that in dummy, dummy's only got low hearts, the 6 and the 5. So whatever they ruff with, your partner has the 7, and they can actually over ruff, and you can get 2 ruffs that way. After that, declarer is going to gain the lead and will draw trumps and claim the rest. But you'll be able to get 2 ruffs and hold declarer to 8 tricks on that one if you find the right defense. Do interrupt me if you have any questions on that. And I want to have a look at another example of suit preference signals. And let's have a look at this one where they're in 4 hearts. Your partner overcalled 2 clubs, and they lead the king of clubs. And you can see down comes dummy, and North has got a fairly weak hand, but they've got good heart support. And your partner has led the king of clubs, which is the top of a sequence. So we have to think about what we want to happen on this hand. When your partner leads the king here and they see that singleton in dummy, they must realize that the most the defense can get in clubs is 1 trick. And you actually have the ace. So you have a choice either to let your partner win this one or to overtake it and take it with the ace if that's what you want. On this hand, what you want to happen actually is you want your partner to retain the lead with the king of clubs. And which suit would you like them to lead? You would like them to lead the spade because the king of spades is trapped in dummy. So in this situation where West, when they lead the king, if you let them win this trick, they will know as soon as they win it that you had the ace and you didn't play it. But there's no point you signaling encouragement in clubs because you don't want clubs to be continued. That's obvious to you and your partner. So the club you play becomes another example of a suit preference signal. And the way it works is just as before. So you ignore the trump suit, and then the club you play should be an indication of where you would like your partner to play next. So what you do here, because you have an interest in spades, is you play the 9 of clubs, and your partner should realize when they win the king that you must have had the ace. Declarer would have won the ace if they'd had it. So they must realize that you had the ace and you didn't play it, and you didn't play it, and instead you played the 9 of clubs. And normally, playing a high card would be indication of your attitude towards the suit, that you like the suit. But there's no point communicating that with your partner. Instead, you use a high card there as a suit preference signal to say, partner, I've got something in spade. So if we bring up the 4 hands, we can see if your partner gets that message, they should switch to a spade. And they've got the perfect holding in spades of the jack, which traps the king in dummy. So they can carry on with spades, and you can actually cash 3 spade tricks there. After that, declarer is going to get in, will draw trumps, and will be able to make the rest, but will be held to 9 tricks there. So that was an example of your partner should realize when they win the king of clubs that there's no point continuing with clubs, and you had a chance to signal by playing the 9 of clubs to indicate you had an interest in the higher ranking suit. If I change this hand slightly so that your holding now is in diamonds, then the play continues as before, but this time you signal, you play a low club, which could indicate that you have some interest in diamonds. So the 5 of clubs is the right card to play there. And that could mean that you are interested in the lower ranking suit. So again, you ignore the trump suit, hearts in this case, you ignore the suit being led, clubs. So your 5 of clubs is an indication of more interest in diamonds rather than spades. So your partner's hand is the same on this occasion, but the right card for them to switch to now is diamonds, because again, that will trap the king of diamonds in dummy. And again, you'll be able to defeat the contract by 1 trick again, I think. So again, declarer can draw the remaining trumps, and in the end will be 1 down again. So that's a second example of situations where the card you play can be an indication of suit preference. Anyone have any questions on that? Okay, we've got just one last hand to look at, and this is it here. And this time, South has opened 2 hearts. That's a weak 2. Your partner overcalled 2 spades. North bid 4 hearts, and that ended the auction. And this time, your partner played the king of spades, and down comes dummy. You see a very nice dummy there with that club suit. And I've got the 4th and final poll of the afternoon, which is, what are you going to play on the king of spades? You're going to play the ace, the 8, or the 3. And you may want to think about why as well. Look at the results. So here it's quite a lot went for the ace of spades, 44%, but the rest of you have chosen the 8, 31%, or the 3. Okay, so let's go back and think about this. Well, again, we're in a situation where we as the defense can only take 1 trick in spades here. So we have a choice between letting my partner win this trick, and in that case, the card we played would be an indication of where we might like them to lead something. It's pretty unlikely that they would lead a club anyway, but if they win this trick, they might decide to switch to a diamond. But the diamond suit is actually one where we don't particularly want them to lead diamonds. We're much more keen to have us on lead to lead diamonds. So here, the right answer is what the most popular response, 44% of you said. The right thing to do here is to overtake. So you don't give any signal here. You overtake so that you can lead into dummy's weakness. And of course, that weakness is diamonds. If you think about it, you and your partner are never going to make 1 spade. You're not going to make any clubs. And unless you are able to make a heart trick, which looks pretty remote, declarer is going to have bags of tricks in the club suit. So it's quite important to try and take any tricks that are coming your way, and those tricks can only be in diamonds. And because of your holding in diamonds and the weakness in dummy in diamonds, you want to lead a diamond yourself. So yes, the correct thing to do here is to overtake with the ace. And let's just bring up the 4 hands. And declare has one of the holdings you were hoping for, where it'll be much better for you to lead diamonds than for your partner to lead diamonds. I hope you can see, if you let your partner win this trick and they lead a diamond, now declarer king of diamonds is protected. So you lead a diamond, top of a sequence here, higher than the highest diamond in dummy. And when that holds a trick, you just carry on and you keep playing diamonds. And on this layout, declarer is able to make, so your partner is able to make the ace of diamonds and defeat the contract. After that, whatever is played, declarer will win that one, draw trumps, and claim the rest. It's got all good clubs at that point and good trumps, but he'll make 9 tricks there. So I hope you can see that was a good strategy. If I go back to the beginning and replay this, I can see that at this point, if I don't overtake it, then declarer can make the contract. The computer is saying that the play of the ace of diamonds will allow you to defeat it by 1 trick, whereas declarer will make at least 1 over trick if you let your partner on lead, because there's nothing they can do to knock out the diamonds because they're on lead. So in situations like this, again, just to summarize, the choices are between overtaking if you want to gain the lead, or otherwise the card you play is a signal, a suit preference signal about where you might like your partner to lead next. So you have those choices to make. Any questions on any of that? Is that all straightforward? People normally tell me it's straightforward when I'm talking about it, but then it's very hard to do in practice. So that's my normal thing. But I'll post this video, so do have a look at it again, and hopefully that will help you with those situations where a suit preference signal is called for.